This is Good Morning Suncoast. We're here for you.
And good morning, 6 o'clock Tuesday, October 17th, 2017. I'm Ray Collins.
And I'm Stephanie Roberts. Good to be here on a Tuesday morning. A little bit breezy and damp out there this morning. Perhaps those are the winds of change blowing. We'll check in with First Alert meteorologist John Scalzi with our forecast. Good morning.
Good morning. Minor change. Did you get a little bit of rainfall on your way in?
Just a couple drops, nothing heavy. I heard it was raining pretty hard in Tampa, though. Is that headed our way?
Very, very heavy. You know what? It's probably not going to move that far south, at least the rain showers that are in Tampa right now, but we'll grow our own showers here. And I think we have about a 30 to 40% chance of seeing some of those showers build locally over the course of, especially later morning and into the early afternoon. We have a fair amount of cloud cover across the region right now, maybe in a little bit of a clear patch over the Suncoast, but that won't last long. There's a lot of cloud up and down the west coast of Florida, and it will be a mostly cloudy day today. You see the shower and thunderstorm activity located just basically to our north, a few thunderstorms as well in Hillsborough County, but I think some of the outflow from those storms could trigger storms in our location a little bit later on. As far as the forecast for the day goes, expect about a 30% chance of rain and a daytime high held down just a little bit by the clouds. Complete forecast coming up in a few.
Thank you, John. Checking First Alert traffic. Some issues there on State Road 70 by 301. Also on Cortez as it wraps around toward downtown Bradenton. Farther south now into Sarasota County, we'll see some issues along the Bayfront as you pass southbound by the Sailor and Nurse statue. Also at the 301-41 fork in the road. Clark Road eastbound by Beneva. South County all clear at 6:02 on your Tuesday morning.
Our top story at this hour, California Governor Jerry Brown is calling it one of the greatest tragedies in state history. The
major wildfires that broke out last week have done billions of dollars in damage. Now the 41st fatality includes a firefighter. John Lawrence has the latest.
Firefighters in Merced, California set up a U.S. flag found in the rubble of a home burned by wildfires. They decided to set it up and use it as an inspiration to keep moving forward. A week has passed since several wildfires broke out in Northern California. At least 41 deaths are confirmed, and many are still missing in areas like Sonoma County.
So we send the National Guard in. They've provided us with several hundred troops. They've been absolutely excellent about this because we need people. They're trained to do this. They walk through, they search. We don't want to miss a person.
There are currently 15 major wildfires in California. They've scorched more than 217,000 acres, destroying nearly 6,000 structures. In a tweet, State Senator Mike McGuire says the fires have done at least $3 billion in damage and counting. Meanwhile, doctors say they've seen an increase in patients with breathing problems.
We think about 400 additional due to the poor air quality and direct smoke inhalation.
But crews say they are cautiously optimistic about the progress made.
We're getting a lot more black line on these fires. Our containment percentages are continuing to go up.
And Mother Nature may soon lend a hand. The National Weather Service is calling for rain later this week, which will help subdue flames. I'm John Lawrence reporting.
Meantime, some Suncoast residents vacationing in California got a first-hand look at the devastation that the wildfires are leaving behind. This is Michael Charay and his twin brother Richard. They were among a group renting a home in Napa Valley recently. We talked to the brothers who described being evacuated just moments before the fire came through that neighborhood.
We were all piling in the car and driving, and I could just see this devastation around all of us. The smoke, I mean, it looked like it was, I keep saying it looked like it was snowing black ash. I mean, it was just, I remember sitting in the back of that SUV thinking, this looks like a living nightmare. Like, I don't think we grasped that we escaped death, really. And it happened so quickly.
Thankfully, no one from their Sarasota group was injured. The brothers also tell us the home they were renting was one of the few that was still standing after they left.
It has been a month since Hurricane Maria hit Puerto Rico, and many there are still struggling to get access to clean food and water. President Trump told reporters in Washington yesterday that the military has delivered plenty of relief supplies to the island. But he says the problem is that Puerto Rican officials are not distributing the aid.
We've delivered tremendous amounts of water. Then what you have to do is you have to have distribution of the water by the people on the island. So we have massive amounts of water. We have massive amounts of food. but they have to distribute the food, and they have to do this. They have to distribute the food to the people of the island.
Most of Puerto Rico is still without power. Most do not have a cell phone signal. Trump pointed out the island had a poor electrical grid before it was hit by back-to-back hurricanes. Meanwhile, more than 850 boats impacted by Hurricane Irma have been removed from Florida waters. The majority of the boats that removed were in the Keys, where more than 600 vessels were found to be severely damaged. The Coast Guard said many of those boats have been removed by the owners themselves. 19 boats have been moved from Miami waters, while 160 were taken out of the waters from Collier County to north of St. Petersburg. In the Northeast, 42 boats have been removed, including a 55-foot fishing boat in Jacksonville.
Farmers in Sarasota and Manatee counties may soon get additional help recovering from Irma. 44 Florida counties may soon be eligible for federal loans. Farmers lost about $2.5 billion from the storm. Right now, they can apply for Farm Service Agency programs, including emergency loans.
Officials from around the state are overwhelmed with people needing food assistance following Hurricane Irma. Long lines have been wrapping around all 32 sites across Florida. So far, DCF has given aid to more than 300,000 families. That number is only expected to rise. Here on the Suncoast, the turnout at the Sarasota and Bradenton sites, no different. Lines everywhere. Families are eligible based on income, and they must have experienced some sort of disaster-related loss or incurred a disaster-related expense. You can register at the Westfield Sarasota Square Mall location from 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. today. Officials will be on hand to help those in Manatee County sign up for assistance at DeSoto Square Mall, also 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. And potential insured losses from Hurricane Irma in Florida are now approaching $5 billion total. Over 747,000 claims have been filed as of last Friday. Homeowners are accounted for 66% of the claims. Nearly 19% of the claims were settled with payments. Another 13% have been closed without any payment.
More than a month after Harvey and Irma, you might notice prices at the gas stations are finally going down. Prices in Florida have fallen 7 cents over the past week and 25 cents over the past month. The downward trend should continue in the coming weeks, barring more tropical weather in the Gulf of Mexico. The average price per gallon now in Florida, $2.47, down from $2.72 a month ago. AAA says production and distribution are returning to normal, but demand is decreasing.
Florida and the southeastern states where that accepted so many of the Florida people that were fleeing from their homes and had the impacts from Hurricane Harvey supplies as well. So again, the supply and the demand impacted more than just Florida.
Despite the recent drop, gas prices are still more than 20 cents per gallon higher than 1 year ago.
Florida drivers will now have more options on where they can pick up a new, more secure driver's license or ID card. Through December, more than 200 service centers will be added to the list of offices in Florida currently offering these new cards. The design includes nearly double the fraud protection measures than the previous card. It also provides the most secure over-the-counter credentials on the market. The new design incorporates designations for lifetime sportsman's, boater, freshwater, saltwater, and hunting licenses. And remember, you can stay up to date on the latest news, such as new driver's license, and get alerts on traffic and breaking news instantly. If you're an iPhone or iPad user and currently have our news app, we want you to upgrade. Go to the App Store now and search for WWSB or My Suncoast. It's free and has the latest comprehensive information, and Android users get that upgrade automatically.
Governor Rick Scott is declaring a state of emergency in one Florida county, but not due to a storm, maybe a storm of controversy. It's to provide extra security for the University of Florida campus when white nationalist leader Richard Spencer visits later on this week. Local police are asking for help because protests are planned for Thursday when Spencer is set to speak. Yesterday's declaration allows the county to coordinate resources from other law enforcement agencies as well. And the governor wants more money to beef up security at Jewish day schools around the state. Scott visited a school in Boca Raton yesterday to announce his proposal for $1 million in security funding for Jewish day schools in the next state budget. The funding will be available to all Florida Jewish day schools to help provide security and counterterrorism upgrades like video cameras, fences, bulletproof glass, alarm systems, and other safety equipment. The governor says the security is needed after the Florida Jewish community received several threats last year.
All right, and off to a breezy start
Yes.
this morning. I had to stop
yeah.
and pump gas, which is never my first choice at 4:30. However, it was lovely out, so I was glad I got to take a second and enjoy.
Not bad. Actually, you're probably also benefiting from some of the outflow of those storms that were just to your
It was
north.
very breezy up in Hillsborough County, absolutely. So a nice start to the day. Maybe get those walks in early today, though.
I know there are a lot of people that like to boat around here, and I think that maybe for the remainder of the week, they're going to see some pretty strong winds, maybe 20-mile-an-hour winds, 20-knot winds out on open waters. The further out you go, the stronger those winds will be. And that's going to be with us for several days, so not a short-term thing. Also, we have some drier weather headed our way. We'll talk about that in just a second.
Thank you, John. Also, first alert traffic, and an airman is found nearly 40 years after he disappeared in North Dakota.
We'll tell you where he's been since leaving his post, and the answer could surprise you. Stay with us.
The thought of my sons growing up without me inspired me to quit smoking.
I talked to my doctors, and then I threw away all my cigarettes, ashtrays, and lighters.
I started exercising instead of smoking.
Letting my friends online know I was quitting kept me on track.
Staying away from alcohol when I was first quitting was key.
I kept on trying, learned something each time.
Do whatever it takes.
No matter how many times it takes.
We did it. You can too.
For free help, visit cdc.gov/tips.
For your plumbing, electrical, or air conditioning, and services is qualified, and service calls are free. And services.com, A-N-D, services.com.
Hi, I'm Chef Bob. Watch Aprons in the Kitchen every Wednesday morning on ABC7, where we'll be serving up the most awesome dishes. Then stop by your neighborhood Publix, pick up the recipe card and all the ingredients.
This is an important medical announcement. Bard IVC filters have been linked to punctured veins and problems with migration. Anyone who's received a Bard IVC filter must receive medical monitoring and may be entitled to substantial compensation. If you have the Bard Recovery G2 or G2 Express filter, you are in a class of patients who should be compensated for some expenses. Call now for a free assessment of your case and potential money damages. This call is confidential, there's no cost, and you may be eligible. Juries have awarded millions of dollars to people who should have been warned about the risks of the Bard IVC filters. Call the IVC Filter Hotline if you or a loved one has received an IVC filter and experienced a vein puncture or required medical monitoring. You must call now.
Call 800-329-3089, 800-329-3089.
Since 1972, Sleep King has provided quality mattresses and accessories at the best discounted prices available. Top brands like Simmons, Sealy, Serta, Beautyrest, iComfort, and more. With available free delivery, free financing, and free setup and removal. For a comfortable night's sleep with same-day delivery, even if we have to carry it on our backs. Trust Sleep King of Sarasota. Buy it today, sleep on it tonight.
Check out My Suncoast Dining on mysuncoast.com, your guide to the foodie lifestyle. ABC7's own Chef Judy serves up her favorite recipes, cooking tips and trends, dining blogs, step-by-step videos, and Suncoast Restaurant Guide. You'll find it all at mysuncoast.com/dining.
For your plumbing, electrical, or air conditioning, and services is qualified, and service calls are free. And services.com, A-N-D, services.com.
Now your ABC7 First Alert weather forecast with meteorologist John Scalzi.
We have a 75-degree air temperature and a dew point coming in at 74. Pretty close together. That's because we have a lot of humidity to work with in the atmosphere, thanks to a frontal boundary sinking south and stalling out just to our north. But it's still possible that could inch a little bit further to the south, 60 miles south, and it's right over us. We have a 96% relative humidity and winds out of the northeast now, shifting a little bit more northeast. It will be a breezy afternoon as the winds start to pick up as high pressure expands just to our north. 74 degrees, Wauchula, Arcadia, Mayaca, Parrish at 75, so is Bradenton and Lakewood Ranch. 77 degrees at Longboat Key, 76 in Venice and Inglewood. Northport comes in at 75. There's the front. It is producing a fair amount of showers across parts of north central Florida. In fact, in Hillsborough County, there have been some pretty big thunder boomers in progress there. This one in the process of dying out right now. But it's certainly possible that some of the outflow from these storms reaching our area could trigger off a shower or a thunderstorm this morning. Certainly not out of the question. And over the course of the next couple of days, this front will take its time in basically washing out. And until it washes out completely, we have the chance of seeing a few scattered showers. They can occur during the morning. They can occur particularly during the afternoon. So that rain chance is with us all day long for here and there spotty showers. A little bit of light rain and drizzle now moving into parts of Hillsborough County, down from Hillsborough County into Manatee County and Hardy, DeSoto soon. A little bit of light drizzle, nothing really heavy. No thunderstorm activity yet, but that's certainly a possibility today. As we head into the next couple of days, we'll notice high pressure back to the north of us, producing some fairly quiet conditions through parts of Georgia and Alabama, Mississippi, back in through Texas. That will gradually try to sink southward and kind of overrun this stalled frontal boundary. That will allow for some of the finer weather that a lot of the country is seeing, with the exception that we don't get a lot of the cooler weather that a lot of the country is seeing. We will see the high pressure ridge bring down some drier weather, and so by Thursday, Friday, our rain chance goes away. And we have a lot of blue sky and some very clear, a little bit cooler nights as well as we draw down some of that lower relative humidity air. For today, it's going to be a kind of a sun-cloud mix. That'll be true today. It'll probably be true tomorrow as well. A few showers embedded with that cloud cover, and then lower humidity air on the way just in time for Thursday and Friday. Now, the winds will be brisk, so boaters pay attention to that. Today, they can increase up to about 20 knots during the evening hours. That'll build to a moderate chop on bay and inland waters, and those breezy east winds will take the dry air that's drawn down on Thursday and Friday and kind of replace it with a little bit more moisture from the Atlantic pushed in by those winds, so that the rain chances will start to go up on the second half of the weekend. Back to you.
All right, looks good. Thank you, John. We'll watch for those rain showers today. The good news is right now things pretty good for the morning commute. I-75 is accident and delay free. We're starting to see some building volume over the Palmetto bridges, but no big problem spots. Building volume as well around the Mound corner and headed down to Tamiami Trail there in Sarasota. And as we look at South County, good news at 618, no accidents and no delays. An airman who disappeared 40 years ago from a North Dakota Air Force base was found living a double life, where else, in Central Florida.
Figures. And now he's facing charges of desertion. Reporter Jeff Lekelvich has details.
64-year-old Jeffrey Michaels of Sanford is now in the custody of the United States Air Force. After 40 years, the Airman First Class was arrested Thursday on a warrant for desertion. According to the National Missing and Unidentified Persons website, Michaels failed to report for duty at Minot Air Force Base in North Dakota on July 6, 1977. He hadn't been seen or heard from since. The Facebook group Veteran Doe posted this picture of Michaels on July 9th. Turns out Michaels wasn't missing after all. He was living here in this home in the Terra Bella neighborhood in Sanford with his wife and kids under an alias, which he used for years. According to this booking report, Michaels went by the name Jeffrey Lance, and records show he used the name in 1998 to obtain a business license from the state of Florida for his construction business called Atlantic Development Corporation. He also used the name to buy a home here in Seminole County, according to the property appraiser's website. Neighbors told me that Michaels was once the HOA president here. They were shocked when I told them about his secret past life. One neighbor did not want to be identified, but says he never suspected Michaels or Lance, as he knew him, had such a shocking secret.
It's very interesting, the fact that he moved into the neighborhood, he set himself up as being in construction and the rest, and to find this out that he had a second life is totally unbelievable that somebody could live that long without being caught.
No one answered the door at Michael's home when we knocked. An Air Force spokesperson would only say recent investigative activity led them to Michael's.
Interesting.
You know, 1977 wasn't exactly the height of the Vietnam War. It was over by then.
Post-draft,
Yeah.
so I don't know what all led to that, but I guess you never know who your neighbors are.
Apparently so. 6:20 now. Still ahead, a Canadian pilot got quite a scare when a drone struck his plane in midair.
We'll tell you why the FAA says that drone was so close to active airspace to begin with after this.
There are many choices when it comes to AC companies. Our advice? Choose a company that performs employee background checks and is licensed with top manufacturers like Daikin. Daikin offers a 12-year parts and labor limited warranty. For better comfort and value, call Elite Heating and Air.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
Why settle for less? Get more for your money at Sunset Subaru in Sarasota. Subaru is the best overall brand for 2 years running and the most trusted brand for 3 years running, according to Kelley Blue Book's KBB.com. Right now, you can lease one of Subaru's most versatile vehicles, the Subaru Crosstrek, for as little as $199 a month, or get 2.9% financing with complimentary maintenance included. Get more for your money. Go to Sunset Subaru in Sarasota.
I'm calling in regards about my mother, and I'm here, and I just want to thank you because it saved my mother's life yesterday. And I'd like to know the names of the people that came in and saved her so I could call and thank them. And she's doing fine. It's a wonderful thing. Thank you.
When you fall and cannot get up, an accident can turn into a tragedy. But with Life Alert, one touch of a button can get you help fast. Life Alert saves a person from a catastrophe every 10 minutes.
Life Alert is a lifesaver. If it weren't for Life Alert, I wouldn't be sitting here today.
For a free Life Alert brochure, call 1-800-652-3012. That's 1-800-652-3012. Call now 1-800-652-3012. For a free brochure, call 1-800-652-3012.
I heard about the Detoli Cancer Center through friends of mine who had been treated here and were very pleased with the treatment.
If there is prostate cancer, we at the Detoli Cancer Center will find it using 3D color flow Doppler ultrasound.
And that helped precisely identify where my cancer was and some additional cancers that were not found during the biopsy. I would recommend the Detoli Cancer Center. As a group of human beings, they are unbelievably great.
There are many choices when it comes to AC companies. Our advice? Choose a company that performs employee background checks and is licensed with top manufacturers like Daikin. Daikin offers a 12-year parts and labor limited warranty. For better comfort and value, call Elite Heating and Air.
Who else has been taking your prescriptions? Keep your medicine and your family safe and secure. Mind your meds. To learn how we can help, visit the Partnership for Drug-Free Kids at drugfree.org.
A pretty shot of lemon looking toward downtown Sarasota as you awaken on this Tuesday morning.
Quiet start to the day, but we do have cloudy skies, a little bit breezy out there because a cold front is coming our way. All right, don't get too excited. It's not going to make that big of a weather change, but hey, we're getting there, right? It takes a little one before you get a bigger one. So
you won't have to bundle up for this one.
No, you don't, but you will need to bring the umbrellas. No matter what you're up to today, we love to hear about it. Join us on Facebook and Twitter. Share your pictures and video to our Facebook pages, and we like to hear what everyone's up to right here on the Suncoast.
Yeah, plenty of behind-the-scenes pictures right there on our Facebook pages at John Scalzi and Ray Collins, so please check those out.
Absolutely. I don't let myself get in those behind-the-scenes pictures.
We try.
That's illegal. It's 6:24, and we're learning more about the first report of a drone hitting a commercial flight.
And that drone pilot could face some serious charges.
In this morning's GMA First Look, investigators are looking into the first ever collision between a commercial plane and a drone.
This should not have happened. That drone should not have been there.
This incident just the latest in a series of close calls between drones and aircraft.
It was just off of our left side, maybe 100 feet away.
With more than 250 drone-related safety issues reported every month, that's up by more than 50% from last year. The FAA is now seeking new emergency action to ensure more drone flight plans are reviewed before takeoff. And it's not just commercial planes. Federal safety officials are now looking into an incident from last month when a drone hit the wing of an Army helicopter that was flying security for a meeting for the United Nations. And we'll have more on drones coming up at 7 a.m. With your GMA First Look, I'm Gio Benitez, ABC News, New York.
What's new from Light and Fit? Greek non-fat yogurt with 0 artificial sweeteners. Real fruit and 90 calories. You'll be wowed. Try new Light and Fit with 0 artificial sweeteners.
Now, on the next page, you'll see a breakdown of costs.
What? It's just we were...
We were going to ask about it, but we weren't sure when, so thanks.
Being upfront is how Edward Jones makes sense of investing.
For you, it's always leap over look, now over later, and pause, not even in your vocabulary. So when a cold sore tingle strikes, you act on it. Only Abreva can heal a cold sore in as little as 2.5 days when used at the first sign. It starts to work immediately to block the virus and protect healthy cells. Nothing heals a cold sore faster. And because Abreva acts on it, you can too. Act on it with Abreva.
Did you know that Sarasota County was the first in Florida to be recognized as an age-friendly community? Whether you're 22 or 82, we strive to be the best place to live, work, and play. A community rich with opportunities and things to do for people of all ages. On Saturday, October 28th, we're advancing this movement with a free community event featuring live entertainment and hands-on experiences. You won't want to miss our entire community coming together for an age-friendly festival presented by the Patterson Foundation.
For the last decade, S&S Motorsports of Sarasota has built custom high-performance vehicles for demanding clients worldwide. They're now bringing their 50-plus years of combined build expertise to the parts business. SRQ Performance Parts is your one-stop shop for all your performance parts and accessories.
Celebrate the end of summer with big savings during the Jeep Celebration event going on now at Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota. Shop the area's largest selection of new Jeep Wranglers or save big on a new sleek and stylish Jeep Cherokee for as little as $18,999. Drive off today for your next great adventure in a brand new Jeep Renegade for as low as $15,999. Better prices, bigger selection. Go to Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota today.
Is your old garage door stuck or broken? Would a new one give you a lift? Let Precision Door Overhead Garage Door Service of Sarasota come to the rescue with prompt and affordable repair service. Replacement doors come with an array of styles and colors, and they are rated to meet and exceed Florida standards. From estimates to installation, your satisfaction is our priority. If you're not 100% satisfied with any product, service, or installation, we will make it right, because Precision Door Service is a name you can trust.
Attention type 2 diabetics. The FDA warns of an increased risk of amputation associated with certain diabetes medications. If you took the diabetes medications Invokana or Invokamet and then suffered an amputation or one of these other serious injuries, call the Rely On Group right now. If you've suffered amputation or any of these injuries after taking your diabetes medication, call the Rely On Group today. You may be entitled to substantial financial compensation. The FDA has recently warned about an increased risk of leg and foot amputations associated with the use of certain diabetic medications such as Invokana and Invokamet. If you or a loved one took the diabetes medications Invokana or Invokamet and then suffered an amputation, ketoacidosis, kidney failure, or even death, call the Rely On Group now. We are here to help you get the justice you deserve. You may be entitled to substantial financial compensation. Call 800-355-8205. That's 800-355-8205.
Check out My Suncoast Dining on mysuncoast.com, your guide to the foodie lifestyle. ABC 7's own Chef Judy serves up her favorite recipes, cooking tips and trends, dining blogs, step-by-step videos, and Suncoast Restaurant Guide. You'll find it all at mysuncoast.com/dining.
Coming up on Good Morning Suncoast, a sign of the times. There's talk about replacing golf courses with houses and parks. We'll tell you where.
Plus, fast work is underway on building a new baseball complex in Northport. We'll have details on Monday's groundbreaking for the Atlanta Braves' new spring training stadium.
And who would steal a bike from a blind man's hotel room? Sarasota police want to know. Those stories and more right now on Good Morning Suncoast.
Live from the ABC 7 studios, this is Good Morning Suncoast. We're here for you.
It is 6:30 and welcome back. I'm Stephanie Roberts.
And I'm Ray Collins. October 17th. Glad you're with us. John says a cold front, but don't bundle up quite yet. Not that dramatic, right, John?
Not this one, no, unfortunately not. But you know, it will bring us some slight changes, and it will be a comfortable change, I think, by the time we get to Wednesday or Thursday. You'll particularly notice it. It'll be lower relative humidity. There'll be a lot more sunshine. Rain chances will stop. It'll be nice for a couple of days anyway. Right now, though, the frontal boundary located just to our north and kind of stalled out is producing a lot of cloud cover across the region, so we can expect to see a mostly cloudy day today. Showers have been kind of persistent and heavy through parts of Hillsborough County and parts of Pinellas County as well. Now all of that, I think the outflow of those storms and the general creep southward of the frontal boundary may produce a few scattered showers in our neck of the woods as too. We're starting to see them maybe begin to build afresh in parts of Hillsborough County, but particularly areas of Manatee County and Hardy County. So watch for that this morning. These are not dangerous storms. They're just much needed rainfall for the area. We'll look for about a 30% chance of that coverage today, particularly in the afternoon with a little daytime heating. Our daytime high held down a bit by the cloud cover. Complete forecast in a minute.
Thank you, John. Checking first alert traffic. Busy around the interstate. For example, State Road 64 westbound as you head that way toward downtown. Also, look down toward State Road 70. Problems in both directions around the Walmart Plaza there. Farther south into Sarasota County, Fruitville busy eastbound between Tuttle and toward Beneva. And the South County Peak shows us little problems on 41, nothing major to speak of, at 6:32 on your Tuesday morning.
Topping our news this half hour, the tragic loss of Sarasota County Fire Department Battalion Chief Bill Coker continues to hit home.
He died after being involved in a motorcycle accident in South Georgia while on vacation. Our Beth Yates has details.
Well, the flag behind me is at half-mast as Sarasota County Fire deals with the loss of a man who dedicated his life to help others.
What this community has lost is one of the rocks of the stable base of the fire department.
That rock is this man, Battalion Chief Bill Coker. For the last 25 years, he served with the Sarasota Fire Department. Before that, with Manatee County Fire. During that time, Coker has touched many lives and played an integral role in training new recruits.
He impacted everybody. I mean, he was one of those people that was always involved with training of personnel. He was involved with the overall supervision, and then, you know, as a lieutenant, all the people that went through being under his command at that level and then up to battalion chief.
Coker was a lifelong Suncoast resident and is described as someone who would give you the shirt off his back.
Coker was extremely well respected by all of his people. It's tough to even think about, and for all of us in the fire service. Excuse me.
The overwhelming emotion of the loss comes as details surrounding Coker's death are released. According to officials, he was visiting family in South Georgia when he lost control of his motorcycle and passed at the scene.
He died while doing something that was for him a very integral part of his life. Obviously, nobody wants to die young, but if you're going to die young, you're dying doing something that you love. That says something. The entire fire department is really feeling the loss.
Now, a celebration of life is scheduled Sunday, October 22nd at one of the local Shriner temples. Beth Yates, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
A suspect is under arrest in connection with an armed robbery at a local Steak and Shake. Nicole Liscombe of Bradenton is charged with allegedly entering the resident on 44th Avenue East and demanding cash early Monday morning. Police say she grabbed one of the employees by the neck and implied she was armed with a towel wrapped around her hand. She's now behind bars facing armed robbery and battery charges. Sarasota police are trying to find an $8,000 bike stolen from a hotel room on the North Trail. A visually impaired triathlete was in town last weekend weekend for a race and reported that this was taken from his room at the Quality Inn. This is a picture of a similar bike. If you can help police find this expensive bike, please call Crime Stoppers at 366-TIPS.
A local retirement community is leaving residents frustrated after charging them a fee after Hurricane Irma. Harbor Chase of Sarasota sent a letter to residents charging them a storm surcharge fee of $350. The Clark Road facility sent us a statement saying this severe hurricane generated extraordinary costs associated with evacuating, moving, and serving our residents, all of which are above and in addition to the care, meals, and services we provide 24/7 to each resident. Harbor Chase says the potential for an additional fee in an extreme case is included in their residency agreement.
Happening today, Bankers Life will recognize Sarasota residents who make a difference in our area through community service. To be eligible, nominees must be over 50, resident of the greater Sarasota area, and have made an impact as a volunteer over the last year. One resident will be honored for their work with senior citizens, and they'll be recognized this morning at 10 a.m. at the Goodwill Minnesota retail store on North Honor Ray. Also happening today, the South Florida Museum is hosting conservationist Tanya Wiley to celebrate the first ever Sawfish Day. Museum patrons can learn safe angling techniques and what to do if they accidentally catch an endangered sawfish. Models of the unique species will be on display. Sawfish remain one of the state's most unique species of fish, and even though they are illegal to fish for, they are listed as critically endangered and nearing extinction. That event kicks off at 10 a.m. in downtown Bradenton.
Suncoast Technical College will open their newest campus today in Northport. The building features 11 classrooms, each with specialized equipment for courses exclusive to the Northport campus, such as culinary arts, carpentry, and emergency medical technology. STC says they expect about 200 to 300 students by the end of this year. A campus ribbon cutting ceremony is set for next month on the 7th, which will also serve as the grand opening for their new public library included on the Northport campus.
The Braves and Sarasota County have officially broken ground on the team's new spring training home in Northport. Dozens gathered on the West Villages property as team officials thanked local leaders for their efforts. Construction on the $100 million facility is set to finish in a speedy 14 months, just ahead of the 2019 spring training season. Sarasota-based Tandem Construction has taken over the project from an Atlanta firm. They will start building while they negotiate a new contract with the team.
We would have been happy with either one, but the switches we think will accelerate this. A lot of the folks who are on that second group have worked here a lot and know this organization and know this community.
I'm a baseball nut, so this is right down my alley.
Hey, this is a big get for the Suncoast. The Braves have drawn an average of 120,000 fans to home spring training games over the past decade. It is 6:37, and a popular Sarasota housing development featuring 3 golf courses could soon see some big changes.
There are plans to develop some of the courses at the Meadows into houses and parks. Our Rick Adams has details.
Golf swings at the Meadows Country Club could soon be paving the way for many more housing units. That's something that doesn't sit too well with Pamela Campbell. She has lived in her piece of paradise right next to the Meadows Country Club for 19 years.
It's extremely upsetting because I feel that the changes that may come about in the Meadows will directly affect the values of our homes.
Campbell says some of her big concerns include having many new homes built on the golf course, changing her beautiful views, and a new main road constructed near her home.
A street going to new condos that will be placed 20 feet from my house. I'm certainly not happy about that.
The Meadows Community Association says dwindling memberships has caused some financial difficulties for the country club. It's a club that features 3 18-hole golf courses, and the golf club is separate from the housing community at the Meadows. The plan is to develop at least half of the golf course, or 27 holes, into housing, park space, and walking trails.
They're at the heart of our community. They're spread throughout, and they're very, very important to us. So we're working closely with them now to try to resolve the issues they're facing.
On Monday night, the association held an informational meeting going through the pros and cons of the proposed development and hearing input from the large number of residents who were on hand. A meeting last Thursday drew a standing room only crowd and the same variety of reaction to the plans. Claire Coyle and other board members are in support of this as long as it's on terms they agree with.
It's green, nice, open feeling everywhere. We don't want to lose that as we revitalize. We're calling what we're doing the renaissance of the meadows, and we want it to be done gently and in a thoughtful, artistic way.
The Meadows currently features 3,500 housing units and around 5,000 residents. Coyle tells us a deal could be struck and the process to get the development started could happen as early as the middle of next year. Reporting from Sarasota, I'm Rick Adams, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
You know, the long-term trend of golf is down in every metric, from TV ratings to number of courses to young golfers. So really kind of a sign of the times about the sport in general.
I understand that, but if I have purchased a home overlooking any type of golf area, I did that on purpose.
Right.
And I don't want to overlook anything else. So
suppose it depends on the deed restriction, right?
Exactly.
Read that fine print.
And I'm sure a lot of people will be.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
We have across our region some cloud cover building and a chance at some rainfall today as a cold front kind of sags southward. We'll talk about that in a sec.
All right, and still ahead on Good Morning Suncoast, the latest in First Alert traffic, plus new 911 audio being released of the calls describing the chaos in a Hollywood Hills nursing home.
We'll tell you just how many frantic calls came in after the hurricane when we come back.
There are many choices when it comes to AC companies. Our advice? Choose a company that performs employee background checks and is licensed with top manufacturers like Daikin. Daikin offers a 12-year parts and labor limited warranty. For better comfort and value, call Elite Heating and Air.
They're coming from Tampa, Fort Myers, even Orlando. They're coming from everywhere for the Sarasota Ford Promise. Our promise means a new car you'll love. If not, return it for one you do. At Sarasota Ford, we promise live market pricing. We monitor national pricing on our entire inventory, so you get the best deal. In fact, we guarantee it. Bring us any competitor's ad, and we'll beat it by at least $1,000. That's why they're coming from everywhere to Sarasota Ford, where 41 meets 301. SarasotaFord.com.
The following message is brought to you by Mesobook.com.
People who have been diagnosed with mesothelioma have many questions. How did I get this disease? What are my treatment options? How will this affect my loved ones? You need answers, which is why we offer a free book written by medical professionals who have treated mesothelioma.
Call toll-free at 1-800-777-1366 or go to Mesobook.com.
Attention, Americans eligible for Medicare. Are you getting all the benefits you're entitled to? Did you know there may be money available to lower your medical prescription costs? Call Health Markets and we'll tell you if you qualify.
Hi, I'm Dr. Martin Jeetzy. It's a new Medicare year. That means more changes and more confusion. The key question is, what can you do now to ensure you get the care you need in the coming year?
Call Health Markets today. You may qualify to save money on prescriptions. We'll help you find plans that may cost less, cover more, and could even lower your prescription costs to increase your savings. We help you find all the benefits you're entitled to, and we do it at no cost.
Make sure you have what you need to get the care that's right for you.
Find out if you qualify to receive extra help with your prescriptions. Call the number on the screen now. Representatives are standing by.
I'm Alan Cohn. President Trump and tax reform. Who does the president's tax plan help? Who does it hurt? And how will it affect you?
Tonight on ABC 7 News at 7, your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
This is the story of a boy who was very sensitive to lights and sounds. So he built secret hiding places where nothing could get in. The boy didn't like looking people in the eye. It made him feel uncomfortable. One day, he found out he had something called autism. His family got him help, and slowly, he learned how to live with it better.
Early intervention can make a lifetime of difference. Learn the signs at autismspeaks.org.
There are many choices when it comes to AC companies. Our advice? Choose a company that performs employee background checks and is licensed with top manufacturers like Daikin. Daikin offers a 12-year parts and labor limited warranty. For better comfort and value, call Elite Heating and Air.
Now your ABC 7 First Alert weather forecast with meteorologist John Scalzi.
75-degree air temperature, dew point coming in at 74. Pretty close together, and that's an indication of very high humidity across the region. It's thick out there, and we do have a cold front sinking southward that will take advantage of that thick, humid, moist air help to make it rise a little bit and give us a chance at a shower or two, consequently. 73 Wauchula, Arcadia, Myakka Parish, and Bradenton and Lakewood Ranch at 74. 74 in Northport, 75 Inglewood, Venice, and 77 degrees at Longboat Key. So across the region, we have this cold front sinking southward, slowly decelerating, putting on the brakes, stalling out. And that's going to happen right over central Florida. Now, it may occur just to our north over Tampa, or it may occur further south right over us. In any event, it doesn't really matter because, like I say, we're not talking about a solid line when we're talking about a cold front. We're talking about a zone of transition between one kind of air and another kind of air mass. And we're going to be just basically sitting in that zone of transition. Not far enough to our south to bring us some of that really cooler, much drier air, but at the same time, close enough that we pick up a couple of showers around the region. We're going to get, we already have some light rain now beginning to develop in areas of Manatee County and Hardee County. I think DeSoto County will be next, seeing a few scattered showers, and then Sarasota, eventually working its way south. Charlotte County has less of a chance of seeing the rainfall around, but I think generally speaking, a 30 to 40% chance of rainfall is pretty reasonable. Back behind that front, there's a big ridge of high pressure providing pretty clear skies for most of the United States today. And eventually, as this front stalls out and washes away, that high pressure ridge will bridge over it and replace it and bring us some drier, sunnier weather in time for the weekend. So more clouds for several days, a few showers and sprinkles for a couple of days, maybe an isolated thunderstorm, and lower humidity on the way, arriving here Thursday and Friday. For boaters, this is a big story. The winds will be picking up, coming in at about 20 knots tonight, and that'll be true probably for most of the mornings and evenings right straight through the week. So watch for that, boaters. Clearer skies Friday and Saturday, and temperatures not really getting all that cooler. Back to you.
All right, thanks, John. We will keep an eye out for those rain showers today. Right now is a good time to get going. Roadways look good. A little bit of volume showing up over the Palmetto Bridges, and 301 picking up north and southbound, but no big problems. It's quiet in Sarasota across Fruitvale, Bee Ridge, and Clark Roads. And I-75 accident and delay free, though we do have some building volume in and out of Venice on 41. It is 6:47, and in this hour's Health Smart, officials have released the 911 calls that captured the chaos at the Rehabilitation Center in Hollywood Hills. That's where 14 people died from heat-induced injuries following Hurricane Irma. Those patients left inside to suffer inside that hot Florida facility. Amy Viteri has details.
I'm calling from Hollywood Hills Rehab. Patient is in cardiac arrest.
911, what is your emergency?
Hi, I have a patient coding.
The first calls for help to 911 operators from the rehab center at Hollywood Hills came the morning of September 11th after Hurricane Irma. And leading up to early September 13th, the calls increased.
Oh my God, I'm on the phone right
Okay, ma'am, I have fire rescue being dispatched.
The nurse found the patient in respiratory failure.
Staff at the center made the frantic calls as they struggled to care for patients without air conditioning in the wake of the hurricane.
Because we don't have any air conditioning. So I saw her slouch over. I realized that she's not breathing. Her fingers started to change color, slightly blue.
In one call, a staffer is heard urging employees to be vigilant.
And you said the patient's in respiratory distress?
Guys, make sure to check on the patient, please. I don't want no more about this stuff. Hello? I'm sorry.
That's okay. You said the patient's in respiratory distress?
Yes. Yes, sir.
911 operators talking staff through what to do until paramedics arrived.
Okay, so she's not awake and she's breathing?
She's not breathing.
Okay.
She's on the oxygen at this moment.
Okay.
Respiratory distress.
Okay, ma'am, is there a defibrillator or AD available? Send someone to get it now, okay?
140 people were evacuated from the facility on September 13th. 8 died that day. 6 more have died since.
Entertainment news now. The latest group to condemn producer Harvey Weinstein is the Producers Guild of America. It moved to expel the film mogul. On a meeting on Monday, Weinstein will have a chance to respond before an official determination in a few weeks. The action follows a similar vote by the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences on Saturday. Weinstein has apologized for causing pain with his past behavior, but has denied that anything non-consensual took place. Well, the music might be stopping for a little while for Ed Sheeran. The popular musician is going to have to lay off the guitar for a few days, taking a spill on his bike. Sheeran posted on Instagram with the caption, "I've had a bit of a bicycle accident and I'm currently waiting on some medical advice which may affect some of my upcoming shows." Need to find out soon because his international tour is set to begin in a few days in Taipei. And talk about a winner. The new Disney Pixar film called Coco is already set to pick up an award before it even hits theaters. That's pretty impressive. It'll receive the Hollywood Animation Award at this year's Hollywood Film Awards, which is after it styles itself as the official launch of awards season. The awards take place November 5th in Beverly Hills, and Coco debuts on the 22nd, a couple weeks later. That's
I guess even the track record in the trailer is enough to know that the quality is going to be there, you know?
It must be so good. Here's your award.
Exactly. Wow. I can't wait to see it, actually.
Up next, your top local news headlines. And there's a new world record holder with a unique take on running a marathon.
We'll tell you how one woman showed that heels aren't just for walking when we come back.
Outdoor living is one of the greatest perks about living in Florida. So whether this is your style, or this, or maybe this, contact Superior Pools. They've been building pools from Sarasota to Naples since 2001, and they would love to build yours.
Christmas Traditions by Lux Art Silks, where more is merrier. Make your holidays sparkle with style. Browse our amazing showroom, cute collectible cottages, and beautiful Christmas displays. Find the inspiration, selection, and quality you need to deck the halls merry and bright. Christmas Traditions also features the area's largest selection of quality pre-lit Christmas trees, every size, shape, and color, and plenty of decorations to make your home shine for the holidays. Christmas Traditions by Lux Art Silks, where more is merrier. Visit us on New 301, just a quarter-mile north of University Parkway.
Today, everyone is looking for carpeting that lasts longer. G. Fried has you covered with Karastan. With a legacy of quality and integrity, we provide you with a huge selection of Karastan carpets with exclusive lifetime limited warranties. All installed by our highly skilled, highly knowledgeable team. Come ask us why Karastan is the best and most durable. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
Consumer Cellular makes it easy to stay in touch with family and stay within our budget.
Now our cell phone bill is only a fraction of what it used to be.
Our average customers get everything they need for about $25 a month, and plans start at only $15 a month with no contracts.
Consumer Cellular has a great choice of phones. Check out my new one.
I picked this simple phone.
I use my son's old smartphone. Kept my number, too.
Consumer Cellular has been an approved AARP provider since 2008, and members get exclusive discounts.
It's a good thing Consumer Cellular is always there, because sometimes I need a little help.
Sometimes. We're proud to have received the J.D. Power Award for highest customer service 3 times in a row.
Over the years, we've seen a lot of change.
We actually use change.
Luckily, there are some things we can still afford.
Like Consumer Cellular.
Stop paying too much for wireless service. Switch to Consumer Cellular. And with our 30-day risk-free guarantee, it's easy. Call 1-800-920-3084. Go online or visit a Target store today.
Listen to this important message. If you owe money to the IRS, you will want to hear this. Penalties and interest compound daily on your back taxes, putting you under a mountain of debt. Tax 10,000 has years of experience connecting people with tax resolution specialists. Working through the IRS Fresh Start program, they will handle all the necessary forms, and if you qualify, you may end up saving thousands of dollars. Call Tax 10,000 at 800-817-1064.
Enjoy some of the best Suncoast restaurants on me. Just go to mysuncoast.com/dining, sign up for the newsletter if you haven't already, and you can win a $50 gift card to a restaurant in our area. We'll pick a winner each week, so go on our website and sign up now.
ABC 7, your official Florida lottery station for the Suncoast.
Outdoor living is one of the greatest perks about living in Florida. So whether this is your style, or this, or maybe this, contact Superior Pools. They've been building pools from Sarasota to Naples since 2001, and they would love to build yours.
Welcome back, 6:54 on your Tuesday morning.
Here are some of the top stories we're following for you on the Suncoast today.
The Meadows taking a closer look at replacing part of their golf courses with homes and parks. It would be the latest setback for golfers on the Suncoast.
Plus, deputies in Manatee County have charged Nicole Liscombe with holding up a steak and shake on 44th Avenue East yesterday. No injuries reported.
And work is now underway on a $100 million spring training complex for the Atlanta Braves. The team in the city of Northport broke ground yesterday near River Road.
Taking a final first alert traffic look for this hour. Things looking pretty good. Building volume 301 both directions, especially at State Road 70. A little volume getting off the interstate on State Road 64, but I-75 looks good right through Manatee County. Sarasota County nice and quiet. No problems. Fruitville, Bee Ridge, and Clark Roads. And down in South County, we are not reporting any accidents. John, how's the rain looking?
Well, the front boundary is kind of sagging out just to our north. I'd put it somewhere between St. Pete and Weeki Wachee, and it's producing a few scattered showers. Locally, you can see those now in Manatee County and Hardy County. We have about a 30% chance of rainfall today. They can come almost any time, almost anywhere. Particularly, I think, the highest rain chance during the later afternoon. And then we'll get into some drier weather later in the week.
Get this, a woman set a new world record running in a marathon. She ran the entire 26.2 miles in high heels, Stephanie.
That's right.
Irene Sewell, retired professional ballroom dancer. She's used to moving around in high heels, but this challenge was one her doctor advised against. She needed to complete in the race in 7.5 hours and cross the finish line with 2 minutes to spare. Wow. She needed plenty of Band-Aids, insoles, and calf sleeves throughout the race. The only injury she suffered was a sunburn afterwards.
Can't be good for the arches in the back, but impressive nonetheless.
I guess so. Why?
Yeah.
I'm not sure. Did it benefit somebody? I hope it benefited somebody.
World record. All right, enjoy your Tuesday, folks.
Good Morning America's up next.